Maintaining balance during these times in which we are currently living is a daily challenge. And this morning, Dr. Heather Cook is here with some advice on dealing with the ever-changing and new normal in which we are all living right now.
Sure. I think we were battling balance in our lives pre-pandemic.
Yes.
And so we never had enough time. We never got to our to-do list. And so, we were the work-life balance, and you were trying so many ways to take time for yourself. And it wasn't happening pre-March. So even now, it's like, I don't even know what tomorrow holds. So it's really hard for me to plan or do anything. So there's something that I've really enjoyed over the last few years from a long time ago. And it's a Native American proverb about 4 rooms.
Right.
And there's 4 rooms in a house.
Okay.
And you must walk into each of those rooms every day in order to be a whole being. And those 4 rooms are physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And you don't just walk in them each room. It could be a quick 5 minutes.
Right.
It could be a whole day.
But you got to
it's something about visiting. It's for your own psyche, and I think everyone's psyche right now is a little warped. I do believe. And so, what can we do to center ourselves? In just a quick 5 minutes, let me just think about something in each of these rooms. Now, you could spend too much time in the room.
I started to say, I think there's some of these that folks spend a little too much time and neglect the other 3.
Yeah. So if you were like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym every day, and I'm going to be hardcore about going to the gym, and you commit to that, but you neglect all these other areas, you're still not that whole being, and you still find yourself searching for something else. And so just something quick, right now, any big grandiose goal or challenge, you're going to probably leave yourself slightly overwhelmed and disappointed by it, because we don't really know what tomorrow holds more than ever.
Right.
And even though we think we might be heading towards some sense of normalcy, that could change any day. And so just little steps towards centering yourself and trying to just feel better about your day will, I think, go a long way during this.
And while we could spend too much time in a room, we may not be spending enough time in a room, but while we're in those different rooms in our minds, spend some time, look at the furniture, check out what's going on in that room, I guess is the best way to put it. Be intentional about that thing for while you're doing it.
Sure, so take the physical room.
Right.
Maybe start taking a multivitamin.
Right.
Start adding more water to your day. It's not about taking things away or running a marathon. It's about what are small things that I know is good for me that I can make sure that happens every day. In the mental room, right now there's so much information. There's a lot of people with,
there's almost an overload of information.
Yeah, and all the opinions out there are large ranges of them.
Right.
Read a couple of articles about differing opinions, just to learn. It's not that you're going to change your opinion, or it's not that you're not valuing someone else's, but it helps you better think through what you believe yourself.
Right.
And that really helps your mental acuity, and it kind of freshens you, makes you feel better. The emotional side, let's listen to some music you like. When do you just take some time and turn the radio up loud or turn the song up loud and just enjoy
or read something frivolous.
Absolutely.
Read something just for the pleasure of reading.
Absolutely.
And in the spiritual side of things, no matter how you worship, your spiritual,
whatever that means for
take
you.
some time. Take some time, whether it's on YouTube or it's at a church or it's at a synagogue or wherever you're at. Take some time and make sure that you take time for that room as well.
Yeah, it could be a quick prayer one day.
Exactly.
It could be a full day of meditation another. Like whatever you think you have time for, you need to work in just touching and walking in each of those rooms to balance yourself.
And you're holding your book.
Yeah.
And this is one chapter within your book.
Sure, it's the chapter that was about time
and
how we never have enough of it. And I love to take old adages and spin them and change them to make them something that seems a little bit more relevant today. And so it was, the best things in life are free.
Right.
And we believe that. And in fact, when we were at home a little bit more, we remembered that.
Exactly.
We remembered that. But I like to say, when you're trying to be productive and you're trying to make progress, that free is cheap, and you can be better than that. Right.
Dr. Heather Cook, thank you so much. Some positivity, some way to get some balance back in our life. And it's all right there in her book. You're welcome, Mama. We got that up on the screen right now. Great information. Check out that chapter on time. And